Thanks for the support as a channel member, Mark Tracy. Well, after winning everything at Barcelona in our second season there, today's episode is really all about finding where our next spot on the journey is going to be. First, we've got our season review and transfers and stuff for Barcelona, but we are actively looking for some jobs. There's a chance I might be about to get sacked by Barcelona, though. Hello and welcome to Club 6, part 23 of Not Need to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode is supposed to be a season review and transfer special. However, as mentioned in the last episode, I have applied for jobs at both Manchester United and Manchester City, where I am now the favourite for both, because I declared interest in both of them. The only problem is the Barcelona board aren't very happy about me doing that. Now, I did this to get the Barcelona job. I was still manager of Bayern Munich, declared interest in the Barcelona job, and that ultimately led to Barcelona sacking their manager and giving me the job, and Bayern never had a problem with it. However, Barcelona seemed to have more of an issue. The board wished to hold a meeting to discuss you publicly declaring interest in another job in the past few days. This is unprofessional on your part and we would like you to explain your actions. Failure to attend the meeting will result in the board terminating your contract with the club. Now, I'd like to think with the record I've got now, it won't matter massively if I end up having to leave. If I refuse this meeting, they're going to sack me. I suspect attending the meeting is going to lead to them asking me to resign. So before we go to the meeting, I just want to show you the players that I've agreed to transfer, because this might be the only time we get to have a look at them. I got a £60 million transfer budget, and I've got 3 wonder kids all due to come in July, because I figured this was the best use of money at Barcelona. Now we have a good first team. I wanted to leave the club in a better condition than I found it. So 3 new Brazilian wonder kids. Miguel Francisco is a left winger. We've got Diego Pitbull, what a name, who is a right winger. And then Gustavo Barbosa, who is an attacking midfielder. So 3 very good attacking wonder kids who are going to be coming in. Philippe Leonard is now on the transfer list because he's refused again to sign a new contract. Manchester City did come in with a £55 million bid for him, which obviously I turned down because that's stupid. But he's almost certainly going to be leaving. And it looks like I'm about to be leaving too. We haven't even got the season review stuff to show you yet. But my experience of these meetings is they ain't going to end well. So attend meeting. We're disappointed with the lack of loyalty you've shown by showing the club by declaring interest in other jobs and would like you to explain yourself. I momentarily had my head turned. That's not true. At the time I felt I needed a change, but now I accept it. And no, this was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. I had to go for it. Are they going to sack me for this? We agree it would have been a big move for you and we'll let you off this time. We believe it's important to stay on good terms with you, so hopefully we can continue to work together to build a positive future for this team. So they've not sacked me. They've not asked me to resign. I hope, no. My big fear was that it was going to auto-withdraw me from the jobs, because stuff like that's happened before. Not in this series, I don't think, but in previous series that I've done, I've been auto-withdrawn from jobs as a result of conversations I've had with the board, not realising that it would automatically withdraw me. So we'll just press continue and check again that I've not been withdrawn. So Job Centre, still the favourite for both of them, still applied for both of them. There's still nothing else really likely to come up. So I guess it's going to come down to whichever one of the two offers me the best terms. Manchester United are in the Champions League next year and Manchester City aren't, but Manchester City have won the Premier League more recently than United. They won it 2 years ago. United won it the year before that, but United have Keith Crown. Manchester City, though, have had a new tycoon takeover. The board are disappointed with me again. Yeeks. If we just go and have a look at Manchester City, because I've been having a proper look at both of them. So City, they're still super rich, because if we look at their landmarks, a new tycoon, Matt Tran is the new tycoon who's come in. So I imagine there's still an awful lot of money floating around in Manchester City. So that's always fun. And they won the Premier League last year, but then finished 5th. And they've been well off the pace previous to that. Whereas Manchester United, a couple of years before, I don't know if they have a tycoon knocking around the place. No, a consortium. So probably less money at Manchester United, at least pretend money, but obviously Manchester United, similar to what we had with Bayern Munich, generate an enormous amount of money. So I don't think money is going to be an issue at either of them. The allure of Keith Crown is very strong. I expect both clubs to offer me a job, but I guess it comes down to who offers me one first or who offers me the best money. I mean, they're in the same city. I'm going back to England, I think, boys and girls. Barcelona, but I don't know why Barcelona haven't sacked me. I've declared interest in 2 different jobs. Let's see if I get an interview with anyone. Well, before we have to worry about interviews, I have managed to stick around long enough now for the end of season awards. So let's have a little look through them. Fans Player of the Year and our club captain, Arba Krajju. He absolutely deserves it. He's the best right back in the world, best right back in the series, a series that's been full of very good right backs. And he's the best of the lot. So that's high praise indeed. Club captain here at Barcelona. Backup is my captain, Laszlo Banfalvi, who I'll be very much looking to bring with me to wherever I go next. More than anyone, he's a year younger than Vermonti and probably more important to the success of the team than Vermonti. Very much, if I can only bring one, Banfalvi's got to come with me. Camavinga getting third. Remember, you lot didn't like Camavinga, but he's had a good season in the end. Hendricks got goal of the season. One of the many goals that Ian Hendricks scored for us this year. Let's have a little look at this particular one to see. Probably a free kick. He scored a few free kicks. Oh no, it's from open play. So Messias down the left-hand side. Remember him? He hasn't played for ages. Played it into Van der Veen. Hendricks. I mean, that's a first-time effort. That'll do. That's a good goal. Camavinga getting signing of the season for 45 million from Manchester City. Young Player of the Year, Milan Niemi, still only 23. The future, although not good enough to be in the team of the year, apparently. Messias pipping him to that. So that full team of the year in the diamond. So we must have used the diamond more than the 4-3-3, which seems about right. We did kind of use it for a huge chunk of the season, even though we switched back to the 4-3-3 for a little while. But Bajic in goal, a back four of Messias, Paredes, Banfalvi and Krajju, Camavinga at the base of a midfield that is Van der Veen and Hendricks, Nevio behind Correa and Leonard up front. And I love the fact that Nevio's in there ahead of Gila, who of course was a naughty, naughty boy and almost cost us the Champions League. Top scorer is Correa with 27 goals. Krajju, best player, best assists. Best pass completion, of course, is always going to be Vermonti. Most man of the matches for Krajju. A team of all this talent, and most man of the matches has gone to our right back. That shows you just how good he is. And Banfalvi, king of the Naughty Boys Club, with 19 yellow cards. Verisic and Gila getting a red card apiece. We don't care about the Barcelona team of 2026 because we weren't here. Club vision stuff. I mean, it seems a little bit silly that they're asking me about this because they know I'm not going to be here. I just haven't resigned. The 3 team leaders, Leonard, Banfalvi, Hendricks, we're about to rip the core out of this squad because Leonard's leaving because he wants to. Banfalvi's hopefully going to come with me. Yeah, they're going to need some new team leaders to step up for life after Kev. Plans for next year. I'm not going to tell the boys I'm leaving yet. I've obviously told Laszlo and Vermonti. But yeah, we'll tell them we're going to win the league again. They're happy about that. And I'm sure they probably will win the league again. We've assembled a very good squad here. So whoever's in charge would have to do something spectacularly done not to end up winning La Liga next year because they're the best team in it by a mile. Oscar, who the hell is Oscar? Good for Oscar. He's got a bigger release clause. We now wait for either interviews, the arrival of those wonder kids, a good offer for Leonard, or the 1st of July, whichever comes first. A few little bits of transfer news. It's the 18th of June. These big clubs take forever to decide to pick players. But Ryan Lawson, one of our Name in the Game channel members, he's now moved to Brentford from West Ham. So a little bit of transfer news there. We've also agreed to sell Posibon to Inter for £80 million. We hadn't been using wingers. And we've got new wingers coming in anyway, even if we do decide to use wingers. And he was always the one when I said, go on, let's go and win this competition. He'd go, don't put too much pressure on us. So on that basis, he's not a Barcelona player. So he's gone. Leonard, we did accept a £71 million offer from Manchester City for Leonard, but he actually turned down the move. They offered him a pay rise. Actually, no, they offered him the same. I thought it was a pay rise. It's not. They offered him £425,000 a week. I guess similar to what I thought, put off a little bit by the idea of them not being in the Champions League. He still doesn't want to. We're going to have to offer him out. He doesn't want to be here. He's out of contract next summer. He doesn't want to sign a new one. We just have to keep offering him out. We do have a replacement coming in for him, Marcos Caballero, who's 21-year-old Argentinian international already, 1 goal from 1 cap for Argentina, almost as good as Leonard, better than Vitor, not quite as good as Correa, but still, that'll do. He's another one it's going to be difficult for either me or whoever comes in next to fit all these young South Americans into the team together, but I'm sure me or someone else will be able to figure it out. It can be somebody else's problem. Right, first job interview is in. It's Manchester City. They've got in before United. I think I am still favourite for both. I am. I mean, if City woo me here, I might decide to go to City and enjoy a season not in the Champions League and just go and win the league. Yeah, let's get down to business. You can tell me why managing a number of clubs, as you've done, is a good thing, because I've won stuff everywhere. Wide range of experience to draw upon. Exactly. I'm in the running for a few jobs because I'm considering my options. I haven't had media control. Always the same. It was a long time ago. We would expect to be able to perform to competition. I always do that. New manager will have considerable resources. Yeah, I'm good with considerable resources. Yes, I'm happy to work with director of football. I always do. I don't need to make changes to backroom staff. Right, so what are they looking for? Entertaining possession football, develop players using the club's youth system. They know they're Man City, right? Work within the wage budget. They know they're Man City, right? Sign young players to develop for profit. I'm all for that. End goal next season is to qualify for the Champions League, so a top 4 finish. In fact, that's all it is for the next 5 years, just qualify for the Champions League. They're not actually looking for a Premier League win or even to be competing for the Premier League. So that looks easy. Yeah, I can do expectations. No, I have no further stuff to propose. It'll be interesting to see how much money they throw at me. And whether Man United want to pick up the pace and offer me an interview as well. Because if they don't, they're going to lose out on me. I'm going to go across town, probably live in the same house, regardless of which one I go to. But I'll go across and I'll win them the Champions League and the Premier League. Whoever takes me, come on, City of Manchester. Come and fight for old Kev. We want a bidding war. Well, Manchester City offering me the job before United have even interviewed me. I wonder if there's a World Cup going on at the moment. I wonder if Manchester United are waiting for somebody to become available after the World Cup, and that's why they're not interviewing me. It's this stupid, massive World Cup as well, isn't it? Who's England manager? Are England even in the World Cup? Why? Short. Oh, there they are. So England manager is Unai Emery. They're not going to be waiting for him, surely. But I guess they could be waiting for any of the managers of the big nations. Germany's manager. Don't even know. How did you even say that? Bielorza. Who is he? Never heard of him. He's... I don't even know. Is that a real team? Clones manager in real life, presumably. Well... I don't know what United are waiting for. I think what I'm going to do, I'll just delay City for a week because that takes us to the 30th of June then. So I delay them for 1 week. If we haven't had an interview with Manchester United, we go to City on the basis that they want me more than United. They've offered me the same salary I'm on here at Barcelona, a massive £200 million transfer budget, £6 million wage budget, so same wage budget I've got here at Barcelona. I can go in there and do a proper rebuild. It's going to be a little challenging because of not having Champions League football to lure players in with, but at least it's a proper rebuild then, isn't it? And I love a proper rebuild, but I do kind of fancy Man United as well. Imagine telling Manchester City to wait a week because I want to see if Man United are going to offer me anything. Because that's basically what's happening. I'm glad they didn't ask why. Right, Manchester United job interview now. Oh my goodness. I did not expect it to be a decision between Manchester United and Manchester City. Experience to draw upon, considering options. Happened a long time ago. Good record. I mean, did you watch my previous interview, Jim? These questions all seem familiar. Great restraint. Don't need to propose changes. Right, what are you after? Entertaining football, youth system, wage budget. You want a Champions League semi-final challenge for the Premier League. You've got youth facilities and training facilities that are being improved. I mean, this is a team that seems more ambitious, but I can do slightly better and propose and guarantee the league title. No, I can challenge for it. A transfer budget of 167 million. So City were offering 196. This is 167. Same wage budget of 6 million. Well, it's very, very similar. Let's have a look at the players at the two teams. Maybe that's the way we do it. Should we be? They've got Cristiano Ronaldo. Should we be scouting them? Who are their stars? So, star player for Manchester United, Yossi Abutbul, who's a 24-year-old Israeli attacking midfielder who they've had for a few years since he signed from Sevilla. He's the best player at Manchester United, a 6'4" midfield player. Do I get full access to all the players now they've offered me an interview, or is that just because I've scouted him previously? Just anyone. Give me someone I don't think I've scouted. What's going on here? Can I see everybody? No. I guess I've just scouted Manchester United well in the past. If we sort by value, who's this guy? Sergio Sanchez. So he's the striker. I don't rate him very much. 16 goals. What's all this? Look at age. They've got some young players. Oh my goodness, David Kidd's there. Remember him? David Kidd and Keith Crown. It's a Spurs reunion at Manchester United. Burke as well. The three oldest players are LOLLUJO legends. And of course, they've got the goalkeeper that I've wanted for many, many, many years, Bjorn Altrichter, who I would suggest is probably the best goalkeeper in the world. Wanted him when I was at Tottenham. Look how much better than Bajic he is. Obscene how good he is at doing goalkeeping stuff. So that's Manchester United. Can we have a look at last season's Premier League table? Tottenham won the league last year. Finally. That shows how bad United and City were last year. So United finished... Oh, look how close it was at the top. So United very much in the mix, whereas City, well off the pace. Best player at City is Daniel Bernard. He's a 28-year-old Luxembourg defensive midfield player who... straight away, that tells me if I go here, I ain't taking Vermonti with me, am I? Because he plays the exact Vermonti role better than Vermonti. I now understand why they sold me Camavinga. They just didn't need him. So I'd have to separate myself from Vermonti. Phil Foden's still there. So it'd be like doing the Advent series all over again, having him knocking around the place. So best players, Pinto. 25-year-old Argentinian. Where's the striker? Is this why they're after Leonard? Because they don't have a striker. Marco Caponi, who came in from Inter, but presumably Inter's backup striker, because of course they had Luca Chiao, who's apparently going to Bayern. Mikel's another one of the ones that I wanted ages ago. Leo Guerrero. My God, is he playing regularly for him? More Spurs reunion. Leo Guerrero actually plays regularly for them. That suggests they're not. And are you seriously telling me the centre-back partnership at Manchester City is Matt Fotheringham and Leo Guerrero? Banfalvi's definitely coming with me if I go here, isn't he? Goodness gracious me. That's pitiful. Age-wise, not so many youngsters. And some old men. Kawamata's still there as well. Of course, another former Spurs. Foden's still there's more that needs doing to City, but then there's going to be more money to do it with. Less expectation at City. It's really a coin flip. I don't know what to do. I need to see if Manchester United offer me the job first. It might just come down to who offers me the biggest salary. Maybe we play salaries off against each other. I don't know how I make this decision. I'd happily take either job. They're both great jobs. Oh. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I need a coin to flip. I'm about to take a big risk because I think I've decided I want to go to Manchester United Two reasons. One, that goalkeeper. It's the only way I'm ever going to get to manage him. And I want to see what having a good goalkeeper is like in FM20. And also that Man City have got Fotheringham and Guerrero as their centre-back partnership. It does not fill me with confidence. The problem, of course, is United haven't actually offered me a contract. So by delaying City for another week, I risk them withdrawing the offer and then United not offering me a contract. And then I'm stuck at Barcelona for another year because there's really nothing else available. Unless a merry-go-round starts after the World Cup, which is a possibility. We delay for another week. City have agreed. If it gets to the end of that week and I still don't have an offer from Manchester United, I will go to City on the basis that they want me more. In other news, I have accepted an offer from City for Leonard again for 80 million. I'm too much of an honest man. They offered 55 million and I pushed them up to 80, even though I might end up going there. But part of me thought I might end up going to United as well. So I want to spend as much of City's money as possible before I go to their rivals. I still feel like this has got a twist in it, yeah, a post-World Cup twist. Well, we've made it through to the 1st of July. It's not actually ticked over to the new season for us yet, which is a little bit weird. I don't know why it's not done that, but our transfers that we had arranged have gone through. So Posibon has gone to Inter for £80 million. And then we've spent, what, 45, like 65 million of our own to bring in these four players. So Gustavo Barbosa, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Why is it taking so long to... Are we really getting to that point at the save? Caballero, who might even be better than I thought he was. He's a very good... £5 million we've paid for him. Can I send him on to Manchester United? Pitbull, 2-star, 5-star. And then lastly, Miguel Francisco, who's actually Spanish, 2.5-star, 5-star on that left wing. So I think that squad is good. That Barcelona squad that we're leaving behind is good. Leonard's almost certainly not going to be part of it, but I think there's 3 good strikers who will be. Gila's attracting a lot of interest, so he might yet be leaving. But again, there's young players who can step up. Calidio, Barbosa, who can step up into that role. Obviously, Navilo. We've got Edgar Leon there as well, who can step up. Midfield is strong. The defence we know is strong. Yeah, it's a good team. I feel like we came in with the mission to turn the club around, rebuild the club, and set them up for the future. And that's exactly what we've done. We won everything. We've refreshed the squad. It's a much younger squad now than it was when I arrived. And financially, it's not a complete disaster. We'll ignore... I mean, that, to be fair, only £280 million of a transfer debt. That's not bad for me. We've kept inside FFP. I'll take all of that. Barcelona fans, you should be grateful that Kev turned up. Here we go then. The offer I really wanted is in. There is, I guess, more of a risk going to Manchester United because they have just sacked their manager. So they've sacked Pochettino after 5 years at the club for finishing 2 points off the top of the league. So there's definitely more of a risk here. Well, I mean, I guess they were patient before then, though. I'm going to United. The decision's already made. Let's start negotiations. Let's see if we can squeeze any more money out of them. I mean, as we've seen many times before, it's pretty unlikely I'm going to be able to squeeze any more money out of them. It just doesn't seem to be the way these things work. I don't know why they bother having the negotiations in when no club is ever happy to negotiate. That was fun. The other thing as well, City offered me a 3-year contract, United a 4-year contract. So I guess that makes a difference too. But there you go. Our time at Barcelona is complete. Tomorrow, we get our feet under the table, sitting on some new chairs at new club, Manchester United. We're going back to the Premier League with unfinished business, boys and girls. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.